Hey folks, fWhip here, and welcome back to Empires. Today is all about expanding the city of Gobland with brand new businesses to attract customers. My goal is to fill the entire cavern with a city by the end of the season. But as always, I got sidetracked working on a brand new project with Lizzie. Leave a like if you're excited for Empires to return, and please subscribe. I've started a brand new project on the server here on my live streams, building up a central spawn for the Empires to meet. I just noticed my ears like turning as I get closer to my face here with the wall, and it's like, oh no, I'm kind of shy, I'm scared. Oh, hello shy, hello shy. Oh, it's so funny. Anyways, back to the server spawn project, which will be in a video in the future when it's done. Check out the live streams if you want to help me design it. With the spawn transformation beginning, one thing that I really need to do is get Lizzie to move her cart out of the way, as it's in the way of progress and she can just roll it down the road. Now, where can we find the mayor of Animalia? Hello.
Hello.
Hi. So I'm working on a project, and I don't mean to be impeding on the great advertising campaign.
Duties
Yes. Your mayoral duties you're doing right now, and also the great advertising campaign that you've started with your wagon over at Spawn. And since it's a wagon and obviously can roll, I kind of wanted to, just talk to you about it a little bit, if you wouldn't mind coming with me.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
We gotta head to Spawn on the great
sure.
Goblin Rail.
I love this rail.
You kind of...
Oh no, I messed up the rail.
Oh, there you go. Perfect. That's fantastic.
Yay.
Your minecart did go back, though.
That's fine. I deserve this.
Yeah, I'll meet you in Gobland. All right, here we are. This is my next project I'm working on. I am transforming Spawn.
It's huge.
It's gonna get bigger. The Animalian cart with compasses and everything, it's beautiful. I think it's fantastic. I was curious if you would be interested in relocating your cart and all your compasses from here underneath the grand meeting room.
Yeah, let me just get on hand.
Yeah, if you with the cart moved out of the way, it's time to expand. But first up, I'm nearly out of rockets, so I decided to wander down to Troubletown and say hello to our good friend. Howdy.
Howdy, partner.
I need explosives, Sheriff.
I don't think I've got any explosives for you.
You know what? Up of that, I make my own explosives farm.
Hey, Flick, do you want to do a joint venture?
I will blow it up.
Okay.
I will blow up your farm.
With what explosives,
With
Jimmy?
what?
I will farm. I will wait here. It might take a while for me to blow it up, but I'll come along.
You know what?
When I'm
He's
done.
gonna AFK for like the entire rest of the season, and then he'll have maybe enough TNT to blow it up. Let's do it. We can make it happen. I'm smelling an inter-alliance project here in the works, my friends. But it's been so long since I've been in Gobland, and I want to build. It's time to create the cobblestone factory, building around the farm that has, well, been here for nearly 6 months, but nonetheless, we are building the factory. First, though, I'd like to grab as much cobblestone as I can and drop it in the furnace to start smelting it down. While that's working away, I'm gonna start getting a bunch of materials together for the build, and somewhere in this mess of, ooh, an empty box, I think I can assemble most of what I need. What happened here? Why do I have 3 tadpoles? I was able to get everything I need in here except end rods. The one item that I have to go to the end to get more of them. Thankfully, Pixar set up a portal on the nether roof to the stronghold. I'm really almost out of rockets, so we're gonna have to go quick. I do have goblin ear protection against enderman, though, so I can look at them all. Why are there cats out here? Who brought cats to the end? I don't know if I want to know what this is, but I'm curious to know what this is. It's an enderman farm. How long has an enderman farm been here? I'm getting confused and I'm getting scared, so let's just... Whoa, spookies. Let's just get out here and grab a few chorus plants so we can take them back home and chop down a ton of the trees. This way, if I need more end rods, I can just grow more plants in the overworld. Hi, buddy. How you doing today? Yeah? Great talk. Let's get on out of here. Why are there so many skulk catalysts here? I'm just gonna... I think these are cubs, so they're fair game now. Ended up at spawn, so a quick ride back to Gobland. I'm seriously so happy I built this railroad. Oh, it's so nice. Back in Gobland now, we can just hijack a few of these furnaces, and they're out of fuel. Never mind. These aren't. Well, the course route is melting it down. A quick stop over at the lava farm for a quick fuel restock. And with that, we've got plenty of pop course route. Shelby's been overflowing with blaze rods, so she gave me a few that we can use to craft end rods. With all these materials ready to go, it's time to create the cobblestone factory. I want to keep the shape pretty much the same as what we had already outlined, just doing the front facade. I'm going to throw it back onto it, but I think this side we can just extend the cave coming out. Here along the front, I want to have a 3-wide doorway, and then we're going to bring some brick all the way over here. To bring some extra color in here, I think we can come back all the way in here and add some copper as an inner archway. In front of that, we do polished stair and bricks coming down, filling in around the entire outer section with even more of the bricks, and maybe a little granite to go along with it. Here along the front, we can bring in a few levers and end rods to connect it for a little light. I added a window down here with some stained glass and maybe some glow like in so we can hide this torch. From here, to finish off this front awning section, I want to bring in some acacia slabs and take it all the way down. For the remaining base of the factory, I want to bring in a bunch of dripstone blocks, studded in with a little polished granite on the sides, and we'll wrap this all the way around. With the foundation in place, I'm using packed mud, mud brick, and mushroom blocks to create the walls of the factory. With the walls here, I want to throw in some windows so it feels slightly stuck in and gives a really cool effect, I think, in just not being a flat wall. Now inside of here, we can do yellow and orange going up. Okay, a big thing to test is, does this work without blowing up any of the walls now that I built it all? Okay, everything seems okay. The walls are still intact. That's good. That's very important. Okay, I'd like to turn it off now. Ow. For these big old windows here, since we used the spruce in front, we can throw a little bit of the full blocks of glass here in the back. Taking a look back, and that's pretty good. I like it. I left a big hole along the back here as I wanted to bring in a bunch of deep slate bricks as a giant chimney. Hopefully this doesn't mess with the redstone at all, but I don't see why it would. At this point, we can put some hay bales here and soul campfires. Mostly because I want the smoke to block the sheriff's house now that he's not being friendly. He doesn't get a nice view from his home here anymore. He can still have the home, but there's smoke in front of it. Can barely see to the other side, but a few slabs on top will finish off the chimney. Next, we can start tackling the roof, where I want to bring in a bunch of blackstone, and I'm thinking we do stairs coming all the way up, full block on top and stairs back down the other side. Since this is a pretty massive roof, I do want to break it up in the middle just ever so slightly, so I'm leaving an open space between all of the blackstone. On top of the full blocks up here, to make sure it's mob proof, we can throw in some buttons. Then from here, breaking up the roof, as I mentioned, I want to bring ourselves all the way over with a big structure out of mud brick, and then basically just doing a tiny roof in a roof on top of the building's roof. Same roof style as below, except instead of the stairs, because it's so small, we'll just use some slabs. It's definitely spawnable up here, so a little glow lichen on top. And then I've got this last hole over here. We have another chimney. The build is looking great so far, but compared to the rest of Goblin, it's a little bare, so I'm adding some more flavor to the outside. This is just looking so much better. Next, I need to tear out the floor in here to extend the deep slate inside so it all matches up a little bit better. What, you thought I was gonna do an interior? Don't be silly, as I've got another section to cover up back here to hide this random hole in the wall. This should work, and then we can add in a little moss and bone meal it to spread it around. I want to see if I can get rid of the torch though and just use glow lichen instead. It'll be a very tight corner to get into the factory once we get the last building right here built up, but I absolutely love that. I think it's gonna be perfect. Just like my current way to actually, nope, turn on the farm. There we go. Yep, it's perfect. And the building's still intact. That's great. I'm just gonna add shulkers to the shulker monster, grab some spruce and some rails, as I've got a little situation I need to fix. You might remember when Tango was over here with the hermits, he built this bamboo farm leading into the super smelter we were at earlier today. This unfortunately does not work at all. Unfortunately, anytime the chunks unload, this little jumper thing here to get the fuel up there to actually make the super smelter run, well, it breaks. See, exactly. Actually, I think I blocked that one. But there's bamboo. Those are all full of bamboo, and they're just sitting here. I hate to completely change up the system here, but I think I need to just work my way up with some full blocks. Destroying the last little bits here, and oh, the minecart almost made it. And it went backwards. I think the other one should still work, and we'll have enough speed. Quick fix down here at the bottom, and that should work. Functionality-wise, this should work to get ourselves all the way over, or to get the fuel all the way over, and the rest is torn down. For one final step here, let's get some chains. As I did take down a few of the things that were connecting to the ceiling, I want to add them back. That should do it. Now, if I just make the shulker monster a little bit worse, I can grab up some of these hopper minecarts. Oh, there's so many. I should be able to run in here, and I believe the bamboo will go into this chest, and hopper minecarts into here. If I put a hopper minecart right out there, maybe it'll manually go. Please make it. We made the first jump. We're all the way up to the top level, and the Tango track is fully operational again. New chapter on Empires. New fWhip. the storage room is clear. And honestly, being so empty, it feels a little weird. But it did give me time to think on a brand new idea. Back here, I have one of Rendog's Giga boxes, as well as Rendog's first mob head. And I don't want it. I don't, but I do want to sell it, which is where the Goblin City comes in. And this little plot right here could be a great place to create a market to sell little oddities, as I do have quite a few of those. Somewhere back here, if I can remember where there it is. I have these. I got them from somewhere, and it seemed like a good idea to hide them in the vault, but maybe we can sell them for a profit, which means I need a boutique. To get started on this one, we can turn the beacon on and gather a little bit of basalt. That should be much more than I actually need. For this little box right here, I want to turn it into a large grand tower. More of an ancient tower that fits in with that vibe. I do want to recess this back a touch, so we're going to add a little greenery here with some moss and azalea, and then bring ourselves up a good distance. Creating an archway up here, we can start bringing a little mossy cobble to move ourselves away from the tough and basalt, trying to keep some more basalt on the outside so it blends a bit further. Maybe a window right in here, and cobble to be a little bit more of a highlight at the top, but the basalt can come all the way up. That looks like a pretty good height. Now behind it, because I'm really loving the colorful murals that I've been making, we can add in a little bit of cyan, bring some light blue above it, a single magenta here, and then purple all the way around. Not really too sure what it is, but I do like it. So much that I'm putting glow lichen along the edge, because I liken it. Hey look, I'm building the rest of the tower. Wow, don't pay attention at all to the previous bad joke. For the rest of the build, I want to make it a little darker, and I think mangrove logs. Planks can be thrown in around the base as a border going up too tall, then moving into the strip logs going up a little bit taller. Along this front side that reaches out into where I want a marketplace to be, let's leave it open for the fWhip specialty of a bay window. But for this, I actually want to grab some crimson wood, which can be used to frame out the window with a few stairs. Then to kind of bring them back together, I'm thinking we use purple glass, which works pretty well. To again add a new color into the build, nope. I want this front section to jut out a touch. But I thought using some muddy mangrove roots and then mud stacking all the way up. Similar to how that awning juts out here, we just get a much darker one with the purple glass in. And I'm really liking how this feels here, but what if right in here, I've got an idea. Iron bars, ochre frog lights. Lastly, I'm gonna need paintings. My idea is to take some frog lights here, like a big billboard of sorts, similar to how we do those, but then cover it with random little paintings to make it feel like a billboard of sorts. Or the sign for the shop, maybe? I think that works really well. Especially being down here in the cramped city feeling, having signs like that, I think is gonna be a big win. Just like this big win here, completing the rest of the boutique, where our alleyway is feeling absolutely amazing. And I love the little skulky touch. Then on the inside, I wanted to turn this into more of a display case, so we can bring in even more skulk, maybe glow lichen on this side so it doesn't seem so red, and that'll be really good for throwing something inside. With a few micro blocks, we can just make something happen in here. Who knows what it really is? Yeah, it looks interesting. Okay, I have to absolutely see this right now. Turning some shaders on, and this view right here is so fun. This is exactly what I've envisioned Gobland looking like. Before we do anything else, my elytra's pretty busted. And I only have 30 rockets to my name. Tumbletown's gunpowder export is lacking, to put it nicely. So I'm very serious about building my own, and ooh, we actually have some gunpowder in here. Do I have paper? Yes. My shulker box is also very empty, so we can just craft ourselves a ton of rockets here and just keep throwing them in. This will keep me flapping for a while. Quickly zooming into the nether so we can harvest some gold for Joel, and for all my hard effort, I gotta repair my elytra and listen to the sound of dying pigs. Oh, all better. One more step before we get back to the oddity shop down there. This space has been really weird and kind of just bland. So I thought we could add a fun, cool pillar out here on the corner, constructing a weird pillar and putting some raw gold on display from the storage room with a little candle on top for some tiny bit of light. On this side, I want to take some iron bars and connect them all the way back into the city right there. It's pretty wonky, but I actually really like that. Now onto my plan on how we can fill up the vault. vault of raw gold. That could use a few more blocks as I keep taking them away, but that's besides the point. I want to turn the inside of this oddity shop into a place where people on the server can come and purchase wares. For what, you might ask? Well, for blocks of raw gold, and these are very rare, one-of-a-kind items. First up, this needs to become a place where people actually want to visit. And I think this can work for the shop front. For the ceiling, we can contrast against everything else and bring in a little bit of warp wood with some stripped warp stem up above. We'll have some display shelves back here so that we can have all of the items visible that we're selling, and a few chests that people can look through. We probably have some mystical books that are for sale. As far as other mystical items, I want to fill this with some water and add some really colorful corals over here, so I don't know. I'm thinking color in the shop is a good idea. Also, so we can have some light, some candles. The youngest of amethyst buds are for sale. Along with back here, I need to grab Ren Dog's fallen salmon, the Giga Box itself, and the mysterious dark oak door that appeared. On this bare wall back here, I think we have the items that I really want to be selling up for display. Back here, we have a sign saying that we're only selling for blocks of raw gold, no diamonds. Rare hermit artifact, I'm thinking 5 blocks of raw gold, 2 blocks of gold for the fish head, and now for the big seller, right back in here somewhere. There it is. These, the deep slate emerald ore, music disc fragments, and echo shards, which I actually have a few of these we can sell. Now this here is the rarest item in the game, so I think 20 blocks of raw gold is pretty good. I'm thinking 3 blocks each for disc fragments and echo shards, and I'll just hide the rest of the stock back in here. 2 magic devices that are able to see into the future, another 2 blocks for each. This new business model isn't the most sustainable, as I'm gonna have to keep finding new wares to sell. So I've got a better idea. Once again, it all comes back to the pork economy. I can easily gather up a ton of emeralds. Less than 2 minutes later, we almost have 8 stacks of emeralds, which is far more than I'm ever gonna need to use. So it's time for a shiny shop to sell emeralds. For this, I wanna grab some bricks, granite for polished granite, jungle planks, and jungle logs, Cool Ranch Doritos, and a little endstone. At the end of the road here, this is a good crossroads between the rail stations, so we can put our shop right over here. Where to make it a little bit more inviting, I should probably get rid of these sensors. Okay, much quieter. Now we can roll out the deep slate tile carpet. I think the shop front can be about this size. And then we can extend over here with a diorite wall coming all the way across, which can extend out to here with a skinnier building. And then this section, I want to break away from the color palette and bring in a little bit of birch. From the birch, we can work up into some sandstone and our end stone. Let's leave space for some windows right in here that we can have some mangrove shutters, and then scaffolding there. To make it a little bit more opaque on the inside, we can add in the glass. Then with the door raised up by 1, we can go up another block and create a little entryway with a mangrove door for the red color pop. Not that the rest of the build isn't really red so far, but it's a pop. It's a different red. With a very important color pop in, I decided to move forward with throwing in the rest of the walls. Now here along the back, I'm working on a bit of a fire escape to get up to the 2nd floor, with a fake door with some frog lights behind it and a bit of a precarious way down. Over here to help blend between these, I think I can just throw in acacia trapdoors going all the way up. That actually works pretty well. We'll detail the rest of this soon. We got more to focus on, like adding a little roof over the birch section. Now above the roof, I've got a fun idea for a detail to throw in a little later, but for now, we'll just throw in all these frog lights. For the big open thing on this side, I want to bring some spruce fences all the way down. I want to add a small jut out here that sticks out just 1 block so we can break up the flat face, and add a touch of goblin wonk. In the middle, we can bring in our birch with sandstone on top to create a window. To be as complicated as I can, we can bring frog lights around, glass in here, and then another frog light on top. So I don't go too crazy with the roof. Let's just bring in a little bit of warped wood for some slabs and cover everything up. Break it up. Let's add some chains in here with the soul lantern, and then glow berries to block up that weird spot, and more light. Next, quickly running through the alley to add in some fun gadgets. In one final detail over here with a local goblin snack stand. The build is really coming together now, but we are trying to advertise, and that's where these frog lights come in, with just the giant words saying shiny. Come buy shiny stuff. Right here, buy Goblin shiny stuff. We have emeralds for sale. Moving on to the interior of this build, I want to fill in the gaps here with a little stone, and then we can bring in gray concrete powder for the floor. On the back wall here, I think it'd be fun to have a little stand for a villager to be hanging out, which we can replace these with some honey blocks, which are now in place. Before we move a villager in, I'm thinking for the ceiling, we can bring in some mangrove. I'm not planning to build on the second floor, so we can just use that as some extra height to make a decorative ceiling. Or something like this, and then we fill in the middle with trapdoors, and then I can grab a few frog lights to jump up top and actually build in our ceiling lights, which means we are fully mob proof on the inside. And here we go, a fully ready to go emerald shop. I'm thinking 3 stacks of emeralds for 1 block of raw gold and 1 stack of emeralds for 1 diamond. I just need to actually fill the stock here with emeralds because we got a lot of barrels to fill in. But here we have an authentic goblin emerald mine transportation device. And the one thing remaining is getting a villager in here. So I think I can just poke my way out here. And as previously discovered, we need to actually take the villager all the way down, not just drop them from a very high point. A bunch of rails should be able to make it all the way over. If I remember correctly, this minecart rail should lead all the way back to the villager breeder. Now, if we just take one of our lovely villagers right there and goblinify him. Hi, buddy. You want to work in the emerald store? I know you do. Oh, you weren't supposed to hit him, okay? That's a little rude. But there goes our brand new goblin flying all the way through the cavern. Oh, I love it. I'm gonna get the shopkeep safely in here all the way, and it looks like he's good. And now we can clear out the rail. I really would love to have more minecarts and things moving around here just passively as they're going to give the goblin cavern even more life, but that'll have to happen as the future. As for now, oh, I thought you disappeared. Hi, I can barely see you back there. Hey, buddy. Hey, shopkeep, how you doing? Yeah, great. Okay, now we need to actually stock the shop. I still got a ton of pork back here ready to be traded away and actually a good amount of emeralds already. So as long as we can stock up a good amount to supply customers for now, that should be okay. Shiny shop is now semi-stocked up with a few of the barrels having at least 6 stacks and then a little change. I'll keep working on villager trading, but they all locked once again. I mean, definitely deep in the mines mining for all the emeralds, not just villager trading. Nope. Definitely freshly mined emeralds in Gobland from the Great Mountain. All right, it's time. It's finally time. These are my last rockets I have, and it's time for a joint venture. We need to be a little sneaky around this one, so I'm thinking we send a minecart with a chest off on the Gobland tram system over to Animalia. So we throw this, we put the note in, Lizzie'll find it somewhere, I'm sure. Off you go, buddy. Off you go.
I got your note.
You got the note.
I burned the note.
You good. So, conversation we had earlier. Remember that whole thing about finding 12 gunpowder in the chest there?
Unacceptable.
Unacceptable. Nothing's gonna fly around here. Literally nothing, because there's no rockets to fly with. I'm thinking we need our own creeper farm.
You want to get into the gunpowder game?
I think we gotta get in the explosives game. And if we keep it for just the 2 of us, is it really bad if we're just using our own gunpowder? Like, we're not selling it. Yeah, they won't know. Nobody's gonna know. I'll bring the beacon to start the digging. I need you to get some cats.
Ah, yes, I can bring the cats.
Looks like we've got a big dig here on our hands, and I'm gonna leave this beacon behind, as I recently acquired a new one from Hermitopia. So we're all set. Except I did also acquire this from Hermitopia, and it is digging time, so it's netherite digging time. Been looking around, and somewhere up here is gonna be the perfect spot for the farm. And it's time to set up the beacon. Pretty hard to miss this one, so we should be ready. This looks like 2 pass compass to me, so Lizzie will find it. While waiting for Lizzie to grab the cats, I started prepping the dig site. Job site is prepped, and Lizzie should be over shortly. Have you brought the cats?
I got the cats.
You got the cats? I got the beacon. I got the job site prepped and ready for digging.
So how far down do we have to dig?
30 blocks.
Right. Good job. I fixed my pickaxe.
Yeah. It's gonna be that's a lot of cats.
Yeah. Can I give it a go? Can
yeah,
I break
go
the
right
first
ahead.
ground?
Yep, do it.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, Lizzie. What efficiency do you have in your tool?
Wait, don't look at me. I'm embarrassed. I'll be right back. Ahem. Allow me to break the first ground.
Please, go right ahead.
Whoa, this is so fast.
And we're off digging a massive 30 block deep pit between the empires. After the hole was dug, we started to set up the collection system. By we setting up the collection system, I mean I set up the collection system while Lizzie followed me around asking what stuff does, which I also don't really know the answer to that.
Yeah. Oh geez, what's happening? Oh my gosh.
I think that was a wandering trader.
Oh no, there's his lava. Oh no! I did it!
think if I did this right, that should be working. So it's probably not working. Aha! It is working. Lizzie set up the magma blocks for killing the creepers. Then we set out to create the most beautiful creeper farm you've ever seen. All right, buddy. Into the... Yep, there you go. Perfect. Have fun. Enjoy the rest of your life. On top of the amethyst blocks, we're going fancy with crimson trapdoors to allow only creepers to spawn in. Oh, no, the cat.
No! Oh, jeez.
Catastrophe aside, we got a new cat in the farm and then sped through placing in the rest of the farm without any further cat-related deaths, or any deaths at that. It's been about an hour since we finished the farm. Let's go check on it. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello there.
Gotta go see how much we have in the gunpowder farm.
Let's find out how rich we're gonna be.
Oh boy.
Where's all the gunpowder?
There we go. The gunpowder flows. Look at that. Whoa. How much do we have down here?
Oh,
That's
my God.
been like an hour. That's almost a full sugar box.
Whip, we're gonna need more chests.
Should we
need to
just...
make this place bigger.
Yeah, we just keep going down this way. Wait, do you hear that?
What is that?
What is
What is
in
that?
there?
Oh my gosh, I saw something in there.
Nope, 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 nope. The storage is not going down that way.